Welcome to the Impactful Introvert podcast. I'm your host, Seema Pateel, an introverted business coach and a mom of two. My genius shines in helping introverted women map out a simple and sustainable marketing strategy tailored to their goals and introverted personalities. Every week, I'll share with you how you can simplify your marketing so that it is sustainable. After all, you started your business to serve clients and make an impact, not to master marketing. So, let's jump right in. Hi there. Welcome to the episode. I'm creating a series of introvert friendly marketing strategies, and I'll be sharing them from time to time. In this very first episode, I'm going to talk about bundles as a marketing strategy. And here's why I think bundles are introvert friendly. Bundles are not a solo experience, it's a collaborative experience, which means you have more support than just another person or a team that you probably cannot afford right now to promote your offer along with many other offers in front of a lot of other people, which means you don't have to do the heavy lifting all by yourself. That in itself is a relief for most introverts, in my opinion, because from my personal experience and from what I've heard from other introverts so far, the biggest struggle has been having to promote and talk about your offers and figuring out how to do that in such a way that people can connect and resonate and want to talk to you about your offers. And the other thing is doing it in front of new people over and over again, or even finding these people. Like, I know many of you think that you don't know where your ideal client hangs out. When you participate in bundles, you're not the only one looking to get in front of new people. You are automatically getting in front of all the people that the bundle participants have gathered in their community. So that is the most helpful way a bundle can support you in your marketing, in my opinion. The second reason I think bundles are amazing as a marketing tool is because you get to be in front of your target audience when you choose the right bundles. Now, I am not saying don't participate in bundles if it's not for your target audience. If you're trying to get a feel of how it is to participate in a bundle, then by all means, sign up for all the available ones and participate in the ones that you applied for and get a feel of how it is going to be for you before you actually start getting picky. When it's time to get picky, you will know exactly what pieces of the tech or tools or the strategy you need to improve upon. So go ahead, get in front of as many people as possible. However, you also have the opportunity to select who you're going to collaborate with so that your target audience is aligned, so that you can actually get better return on your time and effort invested into the bundle. So you get to be in front of your target audience because all said and done, when you're fairly new, your target audience is going to be really wide, but it helps even more if you know who your target audience is and if you have done all the work that is necessary to figure out who your ideal client is. Lastly, the reason I think bundles are a great marketing tool and are very introvert friendly is because you get wider promotion because you're collaborating with at least a dozen other people. And sometimes these people may not necessarily have the exact target audience that you are looking for. However, it still gets you a lot more eyeballs because there's less hesitation and more promotion. So now that I've talked to you about how bundles are a great introvert friendly marketing strategy, I want you to keep in mind a few things before you participate. The very first thing I want you to keep in mind is to have a low lift digital product that you can give away. What I mean by that is, I don't want you to create the most amazing course or any digital product for the sake of this bundle, this specific bundle that you're participating in. Rather, have something that works more like a lead magnet. By lead magnet, I mean which leads strangers into your offer, not a free thing that falls within your capacity, but a lead magnet. So something that acts as a lead magnet, which takes less effort to put together and which you do not mind giving away. When you create something like that, because most often you are giving this digital product away for free, you will not have any kind of resentment, first of all, because after all, quite often the return that you're getting is emails. I am not saying that emails do not have monetary value. If you know how to use your email list, then emails definitely have monetary value. However, if you haven't figured out your messaging, if you haven't yet honed in on the skill to convert someone through your content, then it is going to feel like all that effort for nothing. I don't want you to have that feeling, because when that feeling comes in, you're not going to want to continue to get better at using bundles. So, in order to maintain sustainability, I want you to create a low lift digital product which you can put together in no more than 2 weeks, like from concept to execution. I want it to take no longer than 2 weeks. And I want you to feel happy that you're giving away such an amazing gift to everyone who signs up. So think about what can such a product be, and make sure it is not very specific to your ideal client. It should be very specific to your offer. So what will help someone sign up for this bundle, download your digital product and feel excited to sign up for your offer? Think along those lines. The next thing I want you to keep in mind or have ready before participating or before the bundle goes live is have at least 3 to 5 emails ready and in sequence to nurture the people who sign up for the bundle and download your product. The reason you need at least 3 to 5 is so that you can build a connection with this new complete stranger who probably just resonated with the title or who has downloaded your digital product to as a thing that, okay, this is available for free, I don't need it right now, but I want it for future. So that kind of a person is not even spending time with your product at the beginning, in my opinion. So how do you get them to move past being a cold lead into being a warm or hot lead? That is by communicating with them. So figure out 3 to 5 emails where you're not telling lengthy stories, where you're not necessarily pitching, but you are helping them become aware of you, become aware of who you help and how you help, become very clear on if you're the person for them or not. If they unsubscribe, that's not a problem. I don't want you to feel stuck about it. In fact, having the right people is the most important thing on your email list rather than having a large email list. The same goes with any audience, whether it's Instagram following or Facebook group. But I want you to make sure that you're doing everything within your capacity to help a complete stranger decide if you're the person worth following, if you're the person who can solve a problem they have. If not, let them go, let them give them an out so that all of your energy is spent nurturing and supporting the people who need your help. And last thing I want you to keep in mind or keep ready before participating in bundles is to make an offer. Like I just mentioned, let your digital product create the sense that your offer, your signature offer or your main offer, whatever you're trying to sell, whatever you're trying to take the leads to, that your digital product is the first best step and your offer is the next best step. So make sure that link is there and use your emails to bridge any gap. That'll help the person decide after signing up for your digital product that they should be signing up for your offer. Honestly, you don't need more than these 3 things, at least for the first 5 bundles. And after having participated in 5 bundles, I'm sure you'll have your own things, list of things that you should be doing or you should not be doing or how you should do it. With that, here are 5 things I'll do to make the most out of my upcoming bundles. The very first thing is to not provide a random item. Like I already said, the very first bundle that I participated in, I shared a freebie that I was working on, which I had not released to the world. And I thought, okay, I have something that I can give away for free that I was anyway planning to give away for free. And I provided that. And it wasn't a random thing. I was creating it to get email from people as it is. So it was value packed. However, what I didn't think through was how is it leading someone who is signed up for that freebie to sign up for my offer. I was helping people create content, uh, done with you kind of content strategy, and here I had a freebie where I was helping them double their qualified leads. It makes no sense to look at it now, but to me at that time, it felt like, yes, people will give me their email and I will then pitch them in my weekly newsletter. I got zero conversions. So I don't want you to make the same mistake. The second bundle, though, I tried to create course specifically for this bundle. I feel a little embarrassed sharing this because I knew I was going overboard in what I wanted to offer. And that is not the problem I have, that going over and above is not the problem. But putting this, all of the stress to create a course, the kind of course that I wanted to create, it was a big undertaking. And having to create it in 3 weeks was not the best thing. It was not my best work in terms of trying to figure out the platform or trying to figure out the way I will be delivering this course, etc. I took a lot of time in that. So by the time I was done and by the time I provided the course, I was exhausted. It's a great course. However, I was exhausted. I was burnt out. And honestly, I did nothing after the fact, like after the bundle ended. I did nothing. So I didn't make the most out of the opportunity, honestly. The third thing is to not participate in every bundle that accepts your application. And I say this again from my experience. Like I had applied to two bundles and fortunately for me, they accepted. However, they were both overlapping, which means the way I had planned to promote these bundles did not come through because in my head, one ended just a couple of days before the other began, so overlap isn't very big. However, the overlap still it is a bit too much for my audience to receive so many emails talking about offer after offer. And for anyone who understands how sales have to work, how you're supposed to prime your people, understands where I made a mistake. So I want you to look at your calendar. Do you have anything that you are promoting of like your own things that you're promoting? Do you have a launch coming up? Are you participating in someone else's launch? Are you an affiliate for someone else's launch? And if you have a free calendar, only then participate in a bundle. Or if the bundle is already decided on and you really want to work on it, you can do this best with your own launches. Like use the bundle as the opportunity to generate leads and then have a launch for the new audience that you've gained. I'm going to be managing my calendar a lot better from now on. This was an experience and a necessary experience for me. Anyway, the fourth step I have for you is to make sure that the audience the host is targeting is a good portion of your ideal clients. I've already talked about knowing who the target audience is, but if the target audience doesn't have a good proportion of your ideal client, then I wouldn't recommend participating in many of those bundles. Yes, you'll be creating leads, but the conversion is going to be really low. And for someone who doesn't want to spend too much time and energy on trying to nurture people constantly without getting enough conversion, this is not the best path. But for someone who is trying to grow their audience, grow their community, it's not a bad strategy to just have your target audience be a part of the bundle target. The very last tip that I have is to always have a clear plan on what your next steps are after the bundle. The bundle for which I created course, I there were almost 170 people who signed up for my course. So I had great conversions on that. However, I was so burnt out after all of the things that I did. And I was actually more in shock and out of the shock, I just couldn't send out emails enough. I ghosted my email list is what I wanted to say. I couldn't think of how I'm going to welcome these people and how I'm going to nurture them. It was overwhelming. 170 new people when my email list was like 60 strong. It was too much for me. So I want you to not be in my position. I'm not saying do everything and only then participate in the bundle. But what I'm saying is have a plan, have your nurtured emails outlined, at least an idea of what is going to be in these emails. Make sure you have some awareness and only then rest until you have all of those things figured out. You are not going to make the most of your bundle. Now, here's a huge tip for you to reduce the overwhelm and make it more sustainable is to sign up for a few bundles and from each bundle, keep adding things. For example, for the very first bundle, make sure you have something for offer. Your sales page is set up, your opt-in form works through, and the product is delivered. In the next bundle, write an email sequence. In the next bundle, review the email sequence. Use the data from the second bundle to see where people are falling off or where the conversion is not happening, so on and so forth. This way, you will not be putting so much pressure on any one bundle. You will be growing your email list, and soon you will know how to convert the people from being cold or slightly warm to hot leads. I hope this has been a helpful episode. I'll see you next week. Bye. Thank you for listening to this episode of the Impactful Introvert podcast. If you want to share your views, opinions, or ask me questions, then please send me a message on Instagram. My handle is Seema Pateel. See you in the next one.